Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here today with episode 14 of Mushoku Tensei. So, last episode, Rudy was quite unlucky, right? Getting blamed for things that he did not do, and now is apparently being carried off, kidnapped, taken prisoner, made a slave, whatever you want to call it. However, with that being said, you could also say that he is lucky. Indeed, I like to joke that this is, a legendary event that he stumbled upon. I presume it's a legendary event, right? Similar in vein to like how when you're playing an RPG game or whatnot, and then you encounter these events that will ultimately give something of benefit to you. I've no doubt that Rudy will clear this or pass through this situation, probably ending with a lot. Giving him a net positive rather than a negative once he comes out of it. Presumably, maybe with some new abilities, maybe just befriending some important people for the future. Heck, maybe even getting a new pet, right, with the holy beast and whatnot. But in any case, let's jump into the episode to find out. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, we are starting. So, prison, basically. I kind of feel like that hole was a little bit too big, right? Mm. Okay, so they are sort of like tree dwellers, eh? I mean, I guess it would make sense for beastkin or beast people to be one with nature, right? Alright. So they fish as well. Hunting, gathering. Impressive, though. Building a village up in these huge trees. Alright. So, how exactly is Rudy gonna get himself out of this one, eh? No, but seriously. Oh. Ah. I feel like that sneeze there is probably from the man god or something. Um, 2 days since he's been here, I guess. Well, seriously though, it doesn't look all that sturdy to me. But I mean, he is hanging in the middle of nowhere, right? So it's probably a good idea to just stay put for now. I mean, it's not like his life is in any immediate danger, I guess. Although I do find it kind of weird that they just, lock him up there. Like, they're not gonna interrogate him or anything like that. Try to get information out of him. Especially knowing that he can actually speak their language as well, right? Are you sure you're looking at her? What's with the water for, though? Is that their concept of a bath? Alright, 3 days. Fourth day. Fifth day. Oh, someone new? Who's this? He's certainly quite well learned with prison culture, eh? But why would a gambler be captured by them? Yeah, like, what's Geese doing here? I mean, if he's just a gambler or a cheater. Well, I'm glad Rudy is bonding with Geese now. Oh, fire? Alright. Why? Who? Raid? The same people who tried to get, like, hostages? I mean, sorry, not hostages, what's it called? Trying to get slaves? Right, so what exactly happens here? Oh. Yeah, definitely a raid. And yeah, most probably trying to get slaves. Alright, so is this how he gets on the village's good side? What's he going to do, though? Alright. Put out all the fire. How's he going to save everyone, though? Oh, so it's that guy? Just needs to distract them long enough, eh? Oh! Yeah, now... His family? Oh, damn, this guy's actually good. North... Mmm. I mean, this is a mage against a melee fighter. What exactly can he do? Yeah, a mage needs someone to distract him first. I mean, I guess technically Rudy has some combat training. You can use your eye, right? Yep. Yeah, if this was just a normal mage, he'd probably be dead already. Yeah, still too fast, eh? Ooh. What? Ooh. Nice. Dirty tactics. Ooh, is this actually gonna be Rudy's first kill? I mean, that looks strong, but... Oh. I think that might actually be it. Nice. Oh! Is that okay? I guess that's their version of a Dogeza, right? 'But the children helped, right? Hmm. Yeah, gray rats like these people. Uh-huh. Oh. Okay. Quite obvious he's... Wait. Oh. Wow, just like that. Yeah. Damn. Just like that, eh? Okay. Okay. Well, see you guys after this. Alright, that was the end of this episode, and man, that ending there, I gotta say, Gramps was killed off rather unceremoniously, right? Eris is going to have a huge breakdown when she gets back. If when and if they get through all of that, who knows how far along that will be, right? And I have a feeling that probably the Grey Rats, the entirety of their family are going to be facing some rather drastic changes and so on and so forth. But we'll get to that once we actually get back to the city and get back to their what's it called again? The Central Continent. Get back to their city, right? So here in this episode, though, I think we can at least celebrate Rudy's growth here. First of all, he's managed to sort of get a hold of his emotions for one. Well, I seriously don't blame him for almost chickening out on the fight with Gallus. I mean, he is a North Saint after all, and come on, just looking at this from a more logical perspective, it's a mage up against an actual fighter and whatnot. You typically win by. I mean, Rudy is a little bit more special in that he did receive some hand-to-hand combat training and so on and so forth, but still, he was never going to really walk out of that situation unscathed unless he had someone to fight alongside with, right? And in this case, it was because the Sacred Beast, right, Big Doggo, managed to step up and by combining their efforts, they were able to take down Gallus, right? But still, this represents a huge growth for Rudy himself, right? Managing to get over his fear of combat, of these life and death situations, and also, actually being able to deal the killing blow to somebody. I was actually expecting more for that kind of growth to come in a situation where perhaps Eris was put under threat or something of that sort, but I guess this would work as well. So, it's all resolved in the end. He's hailed a hero and whatnot. I assume that they're going to gain some aid and support from the Beast People in terms of continuing on their journey, although whether or not the Sacred Beast, right, Big Doggo, is actually going to come along, that remains to be seen, although I wouldn't be surprised if they did, right? It seems to have bonded with Rudy quite well. I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes just like a normal companion of Rudy. And in this episode, we also get introduced to this Geese character who, I don't really understand why he's here. By the way, including the way that he showed up, right? Like, Rudy, obviously, he has a reason to gain special treatment from the Beast People and whatnot, because they thought that he was the one who was kidnapping their people, right? And so, putting him into, like, the special jail and whatnot. But what is Geese doing here if he's just a normal gambler, right? Like, what kind of thing does he have with the Beast People and so on and so forth? So, I didn't really explain that yet. Perhaps that's going to be explained in the next episode. And also the fact that, he's a named character and everything, and, they did give this kind of special treatment to him. I do have this kind of feeling he might take on a bigger of a relationship with Rudy as well. Like, maybe even potentially... And that might be potentially for the future, right? Like, becoming an important character in the future once they go back and go about and do some other kind of stuff. I mean, the main point here is that I don't think that he's just a side character just for the sake of there being a side character, right? Because, technically he didn't really do anything in this episode that was all that necessary, right? He didn't really... Like, consider this. Even if the entire scene where the kidnappers came and started burning the village and whatnot, whether or not Geese was there at that time, it didn't really make any difference, right? Or the confrontation with Gallus, Geese didn't really do anything either. So obviously his story comes a little bit later, or they would not have introduced this character. I think that's just a basic assumption that we can go off of. But start. Again, I think we'll learn more in the next episode once we also kind of learn like why exactly he's here as well. The big baddie being Gallus, I will admit, that kind of caught me by surprise, right? And the fact that he was actually a North Saint as well, right? Being so strong. I mean, don't get me wrong, I certainly didn't expect him to be, a good guy or anything like that. I thought he was basically just using Rudy and the others, but I wasn't really expecting him to be the mastermind behind this entire kidnapping and so on and so forth. I actually thought it was more a case where he was utilizing Dead End, utilizing Rudy and Rujo and Eris to perhaps take out competition, right? That was more my thinking on that part. And hey, that might actually be true as well. Take out competition and then take over the slave trading business for himself, right? I guess that's also a possibility. But definitely the fact that he is so strong, that was unexpected. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it seems like a fairly straightforward episode, a fairly straightforward development. Rudyard and Rudyard's side of the story, we can all imagine, like, probably what happened there, like, getting confronted and being another misunderstanding and whatnot. I was actually expecting them to actually start fighting each other, and then maybe in the end one of the beast children, right, one of the beast people's kids and whatnot, were being like, no, stop fighting, he's a good guy, and so on and so forth, and then getting through the entire situation. And the fact that they took like an entire week before they even got to this place, probably a lot of stuff happened there. I'm not sure if it was actually written out in the original light novel or whatnot, but I guess it's technically not all that important either, right? In the end, Rudy got out of the situation with more or less unscathed, right? I mean, the knife injury to his knee, that certainly looked painful, taking in not exactly an arrow to the knee, a knife to the knee, but still, I think that's still relatively a relatively relative flesh wound compared to what could have happened up against someone who is this strong. And yeah, so I mean, like I said at the beginning, overall a net positive for Rudy, and that's not even taking account and this is only taking into account his own personal character growth and combat growth, and not so much even what else he can gain from the beast people and so on and so forth. Like, we can just imagine probably he's going to be showered with gifts, with praise, with gifts and so on and so forth, and at the very least a big morale and confidence boost for future adventures. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. Not really too much else to add there. I mean, that ending part really just tells us, like, we are going to be involved in the politics of the country. I even forgot, like, what kind of country it is. Like, is it an empire or something of that sort? or a kingdom or some sort. But anyways, that was something I was talking about in the first season, right? Or at least the first part, which is, the fact that Rudy is born into such a prominent family means that he is eventually going to have to take a part in the internal politics of the country sooner or later, right? And that's actually what adds a lot of complexity and depth to these sort of isekai or fantasy works and situations. So I am looking forward to that as well. But for now, we continue the adventures of Rudy and Eris and Ryujo, the adventures of Dead End. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.